Yeah. Yeah, we're live. Let's try my butt. Come on. Let's try my boot. Work, damn you. Alright. Just turn that down a little bit, 'cause it's a little high. There we go. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let me just go over here real quick. Commands work. Commands? Commands work! Happy! I don't think they're working on the actual chat thing though, the serial elements. Whatever. Anyways, Beb and Conky, everybody. Happy Stagtober. I know I was gone last week. As for reason for that, I was a bit injured. Nothing that would really hinder my streaming or whatever, but I just kind of wanted to take a little break. But don't worry, I am back, and we're gonna be back into Spoopy month. Now, I am still live, of course, as I stated, right? Ignore the any weird baseless rumors that might happen, right? As you can see, I'm perfectly fine. Even though I might look a little bit weird, I know it's just because I've just been lazy and stuff. Anyways, yeah, just ignore the hole in the head. That should be there. That's fine. Yeah, everything's fine. See, in the back, we got the front. Everything is fine. I'm still alive. Okay. I actually don't have any redeems because I couldn't really think of what to make. But yeah. Anyways, today is Anime Club Day. I know everybody loves their Anime Club Day. The heck? There we go. Get a little closer. Okay. So, let me go over here, and we'll start with Summer, which is what we just finished watching. And then we'll jump into what we are gonna watch. Okay, so let's see. I did not watch Nine Rulers Crown. I don't know what this was. I don't really care. Yeah, I actually don't even think I saw this one like show up on my thing. So, a couple of cuckoos. I feel like I did watch the first season of this. But I don't remember. This is how like generic this like might be. Because this came out a couple of years ago, but I remember the name, the character designs because they're boring. But that's the thing. That's where it stops. So I don't remember watching that. And surely I didn't watch. I did watch Apocalypse Bringer, and let me tell you, this anime was so freaking disappointing. The premise was okay. It was a bit interesting. And then it wasn't. It's like the dude's basically, he gets isekai'd, right? Oh, it's typical. He gets isekai'd and he's in this world, but it's kind of going off of like RTS kind of like mechanics in a way, right? But then like some stuff is different and whatnot. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is the whole show, the whole 12 episodes were basically, was it 12 or was it 13? Pretty sure it's 12. It's 13. Pretty sure it was 12, but okay. So what this felt like was basically one whole arc that took 13 episodes that felt like it could have been done in like 3 episodes maybe? 4 episodes at most, 5, give or take. Point is, it took too long to get to the premise. And it didn't really feel like it established much. It was one single arc and that's it. It was boring. I didn't really like it. I gave it like a 6. April showers bring May flowers. I actually don't remember the name being... I'm pretty sure the name is wrong. I'm pretty sure the actual name is a bouquet for an ugly girl. Because busu means ugly. And hanataba means bouquet. And I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So this might be a mistranslation. It's a romance anime. It was okay for the most part. I'm gonna admit, I put this one on my second monitor. It's one of those second monitor duty shows, right? Where I don't don't know, their dynamic just kind of didn't really work for me, right? She's kind of like oh, there's no way he likes me. There's no way, right? He's just being nice. I hate those kinds of characters so much. And overall, I don't know. I just didn't really care for the romance too much. Probably gave that one like a 7. It's alright. Arknight's Rise from Ember. Okay, so this one had to do with the backstory of Tallulah. And it had Patriot in it. It had Monter. And it had everything. It was really good. It was really good. It was only 10 episodes, but also high quality. Also, they have a little deer girl, and she was adorable. I forgot her name. I think it was Alma? I don't remember too much. It was really well done. I really hope they continue this until they cover, like, the entire game. That'd be so cool. But yes, Rise from Ember was awesome. Bad Girl. This one was a typical school, not really rom-com. I guess you could say it had a little bit of Yuri in it, but not really. It was more implied than actually, like, shown. But it was funny. It was funny. It was kind of a gag comedy. It was pretty funny. Some recurring jokes, but I liked it. It's a 4-coma, of course. It's a young coma, so yeah, of course it's gonna be short. But Throw to My Sister's Ex, I did not watch. I know, I'm terrible. This I didn't watch either. Call of the Night Season 2. Oof. Oh boy. Oh boy. So, first season was good, right? Second season was, oh boy, it was good. It was amazing. It felt like it was a little bit more serious and touched upon the backstories of certain characters. Not gonna say who. A bit obvious when you see the cover of who it is. Yeah, they're kind of in the middle, you know. But it was pretty good. We got to see the detective's backstory and a little bit of Nazuna's backstory, and I kind of really liked it. Dude, it was really good, especially the detective Chandler. It was so cool. Anyways, really good. Recommend it. Go watch season 1, season 2. Cat That Invite You didn't watch. City Animation. Sadly, I didn't have time to watch this one. I heard it was actually pretty good. The comedy in this one's pretty good. Yeah, spoilers. I don't freaking. I don't know, but if it's like the same, gives me the same vibes as Nichijou. It's done by Kyoani as well, so it makes sense. But yeah, I might come back to it. I don't know, but yeah. Clevates. This one took me for a bit of a loop. Not gonna lie. I thought this one's gonna start off like, okay, it's gonna be your typical fantasy, right, or something. But oh boy, was that wrong. Oh boy, was that wrong. Yep. So this one's dark. It's bloody. It's gory. It's a lot of things. I really want them to continue because it kind of I kind of want to know more. Even though the ending is kind of like, yeah, it's there. That's it. But what the heck is that? Oh, it's the king. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's fantasy still, but it's really action focused and a bit more leaning towards like almost like dark fantasy, even though everything's pretty bright. But it's an interesting show. Give it a watch. Highly recommend. I would probably give it a 9. Play about this. Culture Exchange with the Game Center Girl. So this one was relegated also to second monitor duty while I did other stuff. It was okay. It was really nothing big. It was pure slice of life with some comedy. Although the relationship between the main girl and the main boy was a bit weird. Because, I don't know, it was just kind of weird. I'm just leave it at that. But, I don't know, I'll probably give this one a 7. It's alright. Alright, dun. Season 2! That's pretty good, of course, continuing dun. Better, I'd say better than the first one in a way. But at the same time, I kind of like the first one a little bit more. Because, like, there's some episodes that I feel like dragged on a little bit longer. I don't know if it was just me or what. And then this guy, when he gets possessed by the kid or whatever, he's so annoying. That guy, the dark eye, I think it was Evil Eye. He's so annoying because all he wants to do is fight Okarun, and that's all he talks about. He's so annoying. Other than that, everything was pretty good. And then they introduced this chubby dude at the end. They show him right here. Such a dork. don't know. It's I really don't feel like he has to be there because he's such a dork and he's kind of an idiot. But whatever. You know how it be. You know how it be. Dealing with the Mikadomo sisters is a breeze. This one was pretty good. I really like the dynamic between the three sisters and the main boy. He's actually not as tall as they show him here. He's actually like a little bit shorter, and she's the tallest, of course. But yeah, I guess there is a bit of a romantic subtext in a way. There's not really too out in the open about it. It was pretty good. This one feels like it might get a second season. I haven't heard about anything else. Just this. But I really hope it does. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Probably could give it like an 8. So the Earthbound Mole. So I tried watching this one. I watched like the first 10 minutes and then started skipping ahead and kind of didn't really care. That wasn't really for me. The main guy, I don't know, his head looks like a little too big for his body. He basically reminds me of Beautiful Joe. Hold up. I know they look nothing alike, but he reminds me of him, right? I don't know why. Big head, small body, but it's so stupid. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I watched the first episode and I didn't understand any of it. I'm just like, not for me. So I dropped it. Detectives these days are crazy. And you know what else is crazy? That this show was not talked about anywhere where I saw. Peak comedy, not gonna lie. Pure gag comedy. It felt like I was watching almost, what was it called? What was it called, dude? Dang, man, I forgot what it's freaking called. It's a very slapsticky comedy, but freaking, what's her name? Mashido. Oh, dude, Mashido is just pure comedy. With her stupid gags and her dumb faces that she makes, she's freaking hilarious. Solid 9.5. Go watch it if you need to laugh. Dr. Stone, Science Feature Core 2. Only one visual. That's it. So, up until now, the stakes have been getting higher every season. And then we got to this past season, right? Science Feature Part 1. It's like, yep, everything is up, dude. Like, the stakes, all in. Apparently, it's a second group in America run by this guy, Dr. Zeno, Dr. X. You know, Americans. Because, of course, the Americans can survive anything. Of course. Be it the apocalypse or nuclear war, anything. And the Medusa's raining down. So we got the origin of the Medusas, which is pretty good. The stakes are high. I'm trying to figure stuff out. And now that the way that it ended, I'm like, dude, no. Are you serious? Like, we're stopping here, of all things. Okay, like, oh, I need more. And I feel like the next season might be the last one. Final course scheduled for 2026. Yep. Ahead of episode 20. Episode 20? Huh. Interesting. So, yeah. That one's definitely gonna just be a perfect ending. I can already see it. What the heck was this one? Did this one even air? No, this one hasn't aired yet. What the heck? Why's that on here? Gachiakta. So, I tried watching this one, dude. I tried, okay? I just couldn't really get into it. I don't know if it was the art style or the setting or what. I just didn't really like it too much. It wasn't bad or anything. It's like a really action-packed, like, kind of superpower show in a way. Like, each individual has their own, like, little thing that they're really, like, good at. Like, this guy's good at, like, using a spear, or this can control this or whatever. That's kind of what I got. But for me, wasn't really for me. Just, I don't know. I just dropped it. I watched, like, 4 episodes of it, I think. I don't remember. Grand Blue Dreaming Season 2. Oh, boy. So. Wait, what's the difference between these two? Oh, they're naked in that one. Okay. So, it's Grand Blue. Not really much to say about it. It's just kind of comedy, and it's about divers. It's about diving. Yeah, it's not about that. It's about getting drunk and partying and being naked and stuff. It's such a dumb show. So it kind of kicked up the comedy again from the first season. There was a lot more moments with what's his name again? I forget his name. Yuri. Yuri and his group, which is it's him, and two other dudes they don't show here. I think three actually. Usually they're trying to one up each other in some way, right? Like trying to get girls, and they usually end up screwing each other over. I didn't really like that too much, right? There was like a few episodes where they're trying to get into a university and pick up chicks, and those episodes are painful to watch. So I'm like, okay, so they're gonna screw each other again. How? Oh, there we go. They did it again. Oh, he did it again the same episode. Oh, a third time. That one just got kind of old. I would have preferred they would have worked a little bit together, you know? But whatever, every man for himself, I guess. So there wasn't really much development in the story that I could really say. There was some, but how other episodes go a whole other season where it's like new storyline, new characters introduced, it does all these other things. This one was kind of like we took a step forward and we just stayed there. Also, we got drunk and got naked, which was, typical. There was only one little thing that got introduced that I kind of liked, and that was this guy right here. Because the way he gets introduced and the way things go throws you for a bit of a loop, and I kind of liked it, and it was pretty funny. The only thing keeping it afloat that later half was him, and it was really good. Can't really say much about it. If you've seen the first season, obviously you're gonna watch the second season. And it's getting a third season, which is interesting. It has not been shown and stuff, but yeah, it was okay. It was alright. First season a little bit better. Haigakura, which not to be confused with Gachiakta, is an anime that I did not watch. Because I don't think I heard about this anime. Probably wouldn't watch it anyways, but I don't think it says released. October 7th. Wait. Why is that on here? If it hasn't even aired yet. Begins fall to... Yeah, why is that on here? Wait. What the heck? Summer 2020. Yeah, that shouldn't be in here. It should be in the next one. Alright. Harmony of Millie Fuelilu. This one I don't think I even saw this one air. Huh. Hell Teacher. I don't think I watched this one either. Or saw it. Yeah, no, I didn't see this one at all. Okay. Hotel Inhumans. I watched a good bit of this. Then I got relegated to second monitor duty, and then I dropped it. Honestly, I don't know. I just didn't really like the stories that they had. Each episode or every 2 episodes was a story, different story. The one with the hitman and his wife was interesting, but it just felt a little short. The first 2 episodes were pretty good. And then after that, I just kind of didn't really care anymore. I don't even know what this one is. But yeah, I just didn't really care too much. The way they did it was interesting, I guess. Like there's a hotel for hitmen, and they help them with jobs and stuff essentially. But I don't know. Hitman anime just kind of don't really hit the spot right. Oh man, I can't believe this one got a second season, dude. This is so trash, man. Why would you people watch this? Ugh. Sorry. Jack the Reaper, also TBD, because I did not see this. Wait. Yeah, why is it saying July of 2025 when it hasn't aired yet? Ugh. Alright, Kaiju number 8, season 2. Okay, so, first season of this one was really good. I have my gripes about the second one, though. The second one felt like it was mostly a training arc, in a way. And it felt like it dragged a little bit longer, and then they kind of hit you with everything all at once in the last few episodes. Like, the last 4 episodes were like, oh, we're going that, okay. I I wish we would have done this a little earlier to spread some things out. So I feel like it did up the stakes a lot more, for one, right? Some of the kaiju designs are okay, but some of them are a little bit lackluster, to be fair, right? I don't know. Overall, this season was a little bit of a letdown. It's still solid, like 8, maybe a 7.5. But I feel like they should have just ran with this one, give it a whole 13 episodes, spread it out a little bit more, and it would have been a little better. But whatever. It was good though. I tried watching Kamibatsuka CD Under Construction. I tried. I really tried. The 3D on this one was actually pretty good. All things considered, the story didn't hook me in the first 3 episodes, so I dropped it. I'm sorry. This one didn't air either. Yeah, this... Why is it saying that these aired when they didn't? Okay, me and the move. Okay, that's continuing to the first season. I didn't watch that. Just learning season. Okay, well, gotta talk about obviously one of my heavy hitters for the season, right? The bunny suit episodes were the best I have seen in a long time. It was so good, and they brought Juju back. Totally Not Herta and Little Big Sister, yay! And they brought new friends and stuff that they don't show here, and they did other cosplays and stuff. So I wanted to see a little bit more of the relationship between Goju and Marin, because I felt like the first season ended with them kind of getting a little closer right as the season went on, and that's kind of where it stopped, right? Like nothing really changed from the last episode of the first season to the last episode of the second season. The relationship literally didn't change at all. We have Gojo getting flustered at certain things. We have Marin, gushing over her Gojo, but that's as much as we saw it by the end of the second season. There was nothing else that progressed the relationship. That's the only part that I didn't like. Apart from that, they got a lot more cosplays done and stuff. The 3 main ones were the bunny suit, the hostess club, and the nun. I don't think they did another one though. Right? No. The opening and the ending songs were freaking awesome. Go check those out as well. Apart from that, the group cosplay stuff was pretty good. Goju trying to learn about trying to make props and stuff from this other chick was pretty good. Introducing some new characters also nice. But like I said, other than that, the romance stood still. It was just right there, dead in the water. Nothing changed, which I didn't like. Overall, the season's still pretty good. Solid 9. Solid 9. So apparently this one got rinsed for using AI for the subtitles. I didn't bother really watching it after I heard that. I tried watching the first episode, and then I got lost in the first 5 seconds and dropped it. Didn't really care. So yeah, do not watch that one. Neo Saga. So this one had a really interesting premise, right? Reminded me a lot of the... what was it called? Ragnar Crimson. But better, obviously. That one fell off after, like, episode 5. This one had an interesting premise where the guy goes back in time, right? He dies and he gets sent back in time to when he knows all this is going to happen. He's like, oh, I can prepare now better. So he does, and he changes the outcomes of some things and whatnot, gets stronger and whatever. I don't know, dude. It was a good story and a good premise. Only problem was the art style. The animation felt a little bit short. Like, it needed a little bit more love. Other than that, the characters are all pretty decent. Story's good. Okay. Only thing that was holding it back was definitely the art. I really hope this one continues, gets a second season at least, because it was okay. It was okay. Solid 7. All right. Nukitashi? What's this one? Was this one the... Oh, this one. This one completely went over my head. I actually did not even really know that this one was airing. I heard it's got some pretty wild things in it, but yeah. Free actors on the libertine law. Yeah, I don't actually remember this one even showing up on my thing. Night of the Living God. So, when we first read about this one, last Anime Club meeting, I said, if this one turns out to just be straight horror with the premise of the whole cat thing, that would be really good. That would be done really good, right? So, it wasn't that. It was honestly the biggest disappointment I've had this year, not gonna lie. So, how do I put this in very light terms? So picture a world where everybody's obsessed with cats and everybody's actually retarded. And you get this anime. Whole premise is there's a virus going around where if a cat touches you, you turn to a cat. It's a neandemic, right? It takes place in what looks to be America and stuff. But so it doesn't say that it's comedy. That's what gets me. It's not comedy. And that's the worst part of it. It's not funny. But there's like moments where it's so in your face, the situation is so in your face that it's like, is this supposed to be comedy? Is this supposed to be funny? Or are we gonna keep the horror element going, right? There's a moment in like the second or third episode where they're having a flashback to the beginning of the apocalypse. I think that'd be the second episode. And they have the cats are coming, right? And they would deploy riot police to stop them. So what do you think the riot police would do in a situation like this? If there was zombies, they would shoot them, right? Be it with some sort of tear gas because they might not know what's going on, or actually start shooting them in the head or the stomach or the body, trying to see what's going on or whatever, right? So what do you think the riot police would do against a bunch of cats? All right, just think for a second, all right? All right, you got it? You got it? You sure? You locked in? Okay, they put a bunch of water bottles. They put a bunch of water bottles on the road. I don't know if this is some cat joke that I've seen on like YouTube Shorts and TikTok or whatever, where like the cats will like try to like maneuver around the water, but it's confusing. Yeah, I guess that was the whole joke, but the anime takes itself so seriously that the jokes fall flat, right? Like, oh, the cats, they're too cute, they're overwhelming me. It's like, would you really do that? Would you really act that stupid? If getting touched by these things would turn you into a cat and that's it, your existence is gone. I don't know how it ends. I dropped it after like 4 episodes. And I don't really care. But if at the end of the day, like they end up with a cure somehow, then I mean cool, but it was done in such a weird way where nothing in this world made sense and everybody was actually stupid. If this would have been done as straight horror with a twist of the cat disease, it could have been good. But everybody in this anime is stupid. Hard drop, dude. Don't even bother watching that, dude. The Private Tutor and Duke's Daughter. I watched the first episode of this and then forgot about it and didn't really care. The art style reminds me of another bad anime that aired that I don't want to talk about, which I'll probably get to here. So yeah, I watched 1 episode and dropped it. Didn't really care. Rascal does not dream of Santa Claus. Okay, so this is continuing the Bunny Girl Senpai saga, essentially, right? Got the Santa Claus, right? And all the new girls they introduced, right? And stuff, right? Yep. So I feel like I missed one of the movies that I need to go watch. I believe it's getting another movie. Because the way it ended, everything was good until the freaking ending. Where they show one character that I'm like, oh, That's the one from the other. Okay. Okay, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. Nothing too tragic or big or like hard happened, right? Well, kind of. There was like 2 or 3 bits near the end. Actually, make that 3 with what happened to Akagi like near the middle. Yeah. Anyways, the premise for this one was pretty interesting with the whole hashtag dreaming thing that was going on. I really liked that. I really liked it. It's Bunny Girls Senpai, dude. What do you expect? Severe lack of bunny girls, though, sadly. A lot of Santa Claus, but no bunny girls. Then again, it is Santa Claus, so yeah. Pretty good. Go watch all of it, of course. Of course. Alright, so if all of you remember, back when I first started VTubing and I did Anime Club, the first Anime Club, Reborn as a Vending Machine, the first season was going to air. And I talked about it, and I said I like vending machines because, you know, it sells you stuff, and it's a box, and I like that, and his name's Box, so it's pretty funny. So I'm like, haha, we'll go watch it, right? I watched it, it was okay, not much to it. And then I realized that they were making a second season, and it continues right after the first season. I'm like, oh, huh. Okay. So we're doing this. We're continuing this, right? Oh, it's getting a third season. Oh, jeez. Okay. So I couldn't watch the second season. I'm sorry. First episode was just, I don't know. The joke of the vending machine, the novelty wears off after a while. So I dropped it. I'm sorry. I'm such a disgrace. But yeah, I will not be watching that. Or I will not be watching the third season. That just sounds dumb. So yeah. Rent a Girlfriend season. Okay. Why are they showing her and her here? They literally only appear in the ending and the opening. They don't even show them or talk about them in this. Why are they in the visual for this? They don't show up on this. Man, this has been such a drag, dude. This has been such a drag. This is supposed to be the final season, and it was not indeed the final season. It's getting a 5th season, dude. Oh my god. They had I'm sorry. This is one of the worst animes of all time that we have to actually watch. Okay. We all know how this is going to end, and they keep dragging it on because the main guy, which is not in any of the visuals, is actually the worst character in any anime ever. You thought Griffith was bad in Berserk because he betrays everybody. Spoiler. No. He's a saint compared to this guy. He's a degenerate. He's an idiot. And this is just keep prolonging it. And you know what? Chizuru is also kind of stupid. Because she does not just shoot this idiot down. Literally, the whole 4 seasons could have been avoided if she could have just told this idiot no. But she can't. I don't know what the heck is wrong with people in this world. The only like sane character is her. And she appears in season 3 and that's it. That's her. That's it. I mean, Sumi is also best girl, but like, and we don't really talk about that, right? Ruka is kind of annoying, right? And Mami is like the worst character in the anime as well. Like her and the main guy were a couple in the first season, like the first episode, and then she broke up with him or whatever. They should have stayed like that because they both make up the same sides of the coin, the same sides, the two sides of a same. How does the saying go? The 2 sides of the same coin. Because they're both idiots. Well, he's more of an idiot, but he's dragging this on longer, and he's a bad person. And she's just a bad person. And I don't get her motivations. Why is she trying to, quote-unquote, help when she's not indeed helping? She's just trying to sabotage the relationship because I guess she's jealous? She still wants to be with him? I don't know. Her motivations are so unclear that she just comes off as pure evil. Whatever. Alright, Ruri Rocks. So, I did not actually watch this one. I heard it's actually really good. And as you can see, it's got some pretty thick womans. And it's about geology, right? That's like, yeah, it's about geology. So, I didn't watch this one because the premise didn't really... it was about, like... rocks and just the rock anime, geological anime. So I'm like, okay, it's not for me. I'll just like pass over it. And apparently people liked it, so I can't really say much about that. Sakamoto Days Part 2. Okay, I gotta talk about it, don't I? So I have my gripes with Sakamoto Days. Like, I don't know. I just don't really like Sakamoto as a character. He's just kind of an idiot. I get it. He's super overpowered and stuff as an assassin, which makes no sense. But this runs into the whole thing of how Hitman anime they can never really get it right. Right? I get it's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be ridiculous and not make much sense. But the whole what was it? Well, they didn't even have a synopsis to this. The whole Hitman exam part made no sense to me. You have your hitmen literally killing each other as part of their like thing. I'm pretty sure hitmen should be more composed than that, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. If this gets us a third season, I might continue it. I don't know. The way it ended had me somewhat interested, but I don't know. It completely subverted my expectations. I thought it was going to be something it wasn't. So yeah, I'm sorry. I know it's good. All right. I know it has an 8 rating here, but to me, it's like more of like a 7, maybe even a 6.5. I'm sorry. I just can't, dude. It's too ridiculous. Scooped up by an S-rank adventurer. Wow. Who would have thought? Another one of these fantasy animes. Yay. I watched the first episode and dropped it. I couldn't care less. Secrets of the Silent Witch. Oh, okay. I gotta take a drink for this one, boys. Alright, so this one's fantasy. It's a light novel, but it doesn't even have a long title. But I'm sorry, Secrets of the Silent Witch, but I gotta compliment you. This is actually really good. This is my anime of the season for sure. You have the Silent Witch, obviously. Monica Everett. She goes by Monica. What was her last name in the when she's at school? Norton. Monica Norton. And her whole mission is she's one of the 7 sages. She's really powerful in magic and stuff. Which already sounds like your typical fantasy like brain rot. Like, okay, what else? She has like a harem, let me guess, or she fights the demon lord or something like that, huh? Right. Actually, she did none of that. She developed this overpowered magic, this chantless magic essentially, because she's a shy, introverted little squirrel. So she got nervous and chanting in front of people, so she chants, silent, chantless magic essentially, right? And they're like, wow, this is impressive. This is a new type of magic. You're one of the 7 sages now. She's like, I'm sorry, what? So, despite all that, she's still a introverted mess. She gets nervous talking to people, and it's cute, dude. It's adorable. She, like, shakes and stuff, and yeah. But she's got her moments. She knows magic really well. She knows the fundamentals of magic. She's not just overpowered for the sake of overpowered, right? So, there's more to her magic than that. She's really into numbers. Like, we're talking, like, autism level of, like focus in numbers. When it comes to numbers, she's super locked in, dude. She'll break down things with numbers like freaking crazy, and it's so well done. And she starts meeting new friends and stuff, and her whole task is to protect the prince, who is not actually just some snob. He's actually a decent guy with a decent personality, and he's not one-dimensional. I really liked the dynamic that they had. And this whole student council was also done pretty well. Introduced a few other characters and whatnot. She makes friends. And the art was pretty good. The art was really well done. Overall, the story was done pretty good. There is no demon lord. There is no other overpowered things and stuff. But I really hope this gets a 2nd season, man. Because it was so well done. The way it ends, it felt like it needs a few more episodes, but it ended at 13, which actually aired today. That's why I'm a little bit sad, because this is my anime of the season. It was pretty good. Okay. Next one is See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. I watched one episode of this, maybe two, I think, and then I forgot about it. I can't really speak on it. All right. This one I don't think I've. What the heck is this? Shoshin Time Elite. What the heck? Nope, I've never even heard of this one. Solo Camping for 2. So I watched what, like 3 or 4 episodes of this, and then I dropped it. Didn't really care too much. The guy's a bit annoying. She just wants to be friends and stuff, and I get it. She can be a little annoying too, but I don't know, the way his whole attitude towards her just kind of annoyed me. I didn't really like it, so I dropped it. I didn't finish Summer Pockets. Why does that just say feet? Oh, feel. I legit thought that said feet. My bad. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Okay, so we had I'll just call it Bouquet for an Ugly Girl because that's what it was called originally. Where was I? Here. So, these were the 2 big romance animes of the season, right? This one ended up with a 7 from me. And this, probably one of the better romances I've seen in a long time. Every episode, I'm like, how the heck is this couple going to get more cute? They don't actually get together until the end. Obviously, spoiler alert. They don't obviously get together until the end, but I really liked their dynamic, the way they actually like started growing closer and stuff. And it wasn't just a, oh yeah, I just kind of like fell in love and we like go to the same school and oh no, there's a misunderstanding. Oh, there's a love triangle. Oh, and this and this and this and this. There was like no tropes in this one, like related to like typical romance or school. They go to separate schools that hate each other, so it was almost like Romeo and Juliet kind of like thing. But it had no, it didn't try to be a typical romance. It was just a romance. It let the cards fall where they may. The dynamic between the friends was pretty good. You need a giant group of friends to do this or anything, and it was done so well. One of the best romances I've had in a while. Go freaking watch it if you're into romance. It was really good. Compared to this one, it was nothing, dude. It was nothing. There's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless. So this one was the Yuri of the season, which was actually pretty good. So, main girl used to be kind of a loner, but then when she reached high school, she was, got into a group of friends with the rich girl and the more popular girls and whatnot. And then she's like, yeah, anyway, so I like you, be my girlfriend. And like, she's like, oh, well, I don't really want to, but I kind of want to. And she's like, okay, so on certain days I'll be your girlfriend, and certain days we'll just be friends. And then it kind of, it went downhill from there. Not in a bad way, but it just kind of went downhill from there because she is like her rival in a way. So then she's like, how do I get back at her? Well, she likes her, so I'm going to start dating her. So she's kind of like two-timing in a way, but not really, because they're not really going out. But then she kind of likes her more because she's like really sweet. So they kind of have this whole thing together. And they end up kind of just forgetting about fourth girl, which I don't like because she was my favorite. She's sad, but it was a pretty decent Yuri, you know. Yuris are usually pretty like, they're usually pretty, they're usually not serious. They're usually pretty funny. Anime gets sequel episodes 13 through 17. What the heck does that mean? Is it gonna get like a few more episodes? Interesting. Anyways, if you're into Yuri and comedy, this one's pretty good. I don't know why they shafted our best girl though. Look at her. She's so happy and cheery and stuff. And she has a fang like me. But yeah, it's pretty good. So go watch it if you're into that. Rising of the Shield Hero Season 4. Oof. Okay, so Shield Hero's been on a bit of a downfall, right? Ever since like the second season, and even that's pushing it a little bit. So this one had two main arcs. You had the arc where they go to Siltveld, which is the country run by demi-humans and stuff. And the arc where they go to what was it called again? Tenlo, which is where Reptilia's parents were from and stuff. So the whole part where they're going to Siltveld, they're trying to do a little bit of political maneuvering and this and that. There's different groups that run the country. There's like a bit of a cabal going on, and or like a council, less of a cabal but a council. And there's some discrimination with certain groups and whatnot. And the way they went about it was, I didn't really like it too much, to be fair. And I felt like it was done too fast, right? That arc lasted a few episodes, and then it ended when there was basically there was going to be a coup. They're trying to keep Naofumi in the country for some reason. I don't remember really why. I think one of the other factions trying to get him, use him essentially, so they could rise to power or whatever, but that didn't really work out too well. I didn't really like that arc too much. And then the Tenlo arc itself, I felt like that should have been relegated to the entire season, because it felt like things were moving a little too fast. Remember, this anime was only 12 episodes, so you had 2 episodes of them getting and figuring out how to get to, and then getting to Siltveld. Had like 4 episodes of them resolving everything in Siltveld. And then the last 6 were getting to Tenlo and then resolving the situation there, and also another political situation. I felt like it went really fast. Like one episode, they're like, okay, so we got to plan this out. So how are we going to do this? Okay. And then the next episode, like, oh yeah, so we have allies now. We essentially rose up with a revolutionary army. It's like, oh, that felt like it should have taken at least 2 episodes or 3. But you did it in the course of like an episode and a half, maybe even less than that. Moved a little too fast for me there. Overall, though, the Tenlo arc was a little bit lackluster. Like, I know why they went there, but it's more of like you're taking a side quest in the middle of doing your big quest, your main quest. It does tie in to the main quest. I know. But the way they went about it was too fast, and I'm like, they should have just spread it out a little more to make a little bit more, sense. Let's see. The Shahir and the Assassin Princesses. So, this one was originally relegated to second monitor duty, and then relegated to what I like to call right arrow duty, which means I sped through it really fast, trying to see if anything changed. I didn't really like it. I didn't like the premise. It was dumb. I didn't care. Dropped it. Next one. Summer Hikaru died. Alright, so I'm going to say this in the most straightforward way I possibly can. This anime is gay as heck. And it's supernatural. Not the gay part. The gay part just comes after that, but it's due to the supernatural part. Point is, it's a gay supernatural anime. And if you're into that kind of stuff, with a little bit of horror sprinkled onto it, go ahead and watch that. I watched like 4 episodes. I didn't really care, so I dropped it. The Water Magician. This one had probably some of the best visuals in the first episode. The art style was okay for the most part. The OP was really good in terms of visuals. This might have had probably one of the worst opening songs I have ever heard. Like the Yuri anime before this one had a pretty catchy opening. It was like Moody Moody, and it was like really funny and it was adorable. This one has such a bad opening song, I couldn't stomach it. Every time I heard that start, I just started skipping ahead. I hated it. So this one was an isekai. That in itself was like okay, but then the first episode was pretty decent. What I thought this might be was, what was his name again? Ryo. Pretty typical name for one of these protagonists. What I thought was going to be was Ryo and this guy were going to go on a bit of a journey or something. That's kind of the vibe I got because they're in a lot of the promotional material, which they're not really showing here. And then the love interest was going to be the elf girl. But that won't sell. we need this to be kind of a power fantasy and overpowered stuff, so we're gonna throw all the dumb stuff in there. So he's overpowered with water. He's the water magician, right? He knows how to make stuff with water and whatnot. I could have sworn when we start he's like pale, and like by the second episode or by the end of the first episode he gets tanned for some reason. I don't know why. Just me? I don't know. I just noticed that it looked weird. So he saves him. He saves he's like from one of the guilds, and he's like really famous along the guild and stuff. So yeah, he helps him. They're friends and stuff. And okay, so that's where it starts falling apart. So the way this happens was he's strong, right? He trained. They show that he trains in the first episode a little bit, right? And he's really overpowered. But there's certain episodes where he's basically the side character and he's the main character. Now, that wouldn't really be a problem, right? But considering you only have 12 episodes to fit that in, as compared to something like Avatar The Last Airbender, yes, I'm going to compare that masterpiece to this, where that had, I don't know how many episodes. Point is, it had a lot of episodes. It was pretty long. It had like, what, 3 or 4 seasons, maybe more, I don't know. And it had quite a few episodes. You can get away with doing a side episode for a character to explore their arc, right? It'll have some character development along the way and whatnot, and this and that, whatever. This one, you can't really do that with 12 episodes, because they have a whole episode where they're in the dungeon, they get teleported in there, but he's nowhere to be found in there. He's doing his own thing. He's in the library, basically trying to read books and books and hanging up with the elf girl, who has a crush on him. But he's so dense that he doesn't notice. Typical for a protagonist. Oh, I love that so much. Such a terrible trope. So he's the side character for 2 episodes, if you can even call it that, and it's the main focus of him and the other groups. And then he comes to the rescue at the end. Yay! Oh, this anime fell apart really fast. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. I just didn't like the way it went. The first couple episodes did have me a little bit interested. I'm like, okay, water magician, specifically a water magician. Okay. And then first episode was good. Second episode was okay. So we're meeting more people. Okay, so how's this gonna go? And then went in your typical fantasy fashion. There's guilds. There's an adventurers guild. There's little groups. There's parties. There's a dungeon. And then it kind of just fell apart from there. I didn't really care. I gave it like a 6, dude. I just boring for me. Toba Hero X finally finished, and I'm pissed that it finished, because it turns out that this whole time, ever since we saw the assassination, or what, I don't even know if it was real or not, the assassination of Ling Ling's girlfriend, what was her name again? What was supposed to be, what was his name? Nice. It was Nice's girlfriend, but then it was kind of Ling Ling's crush in a way. Not really girlfriend. She got assassinated by Isol. Turns out that after, I think it was after that point. No, it was after the Isol episode where the guy that's trying to make the Isol suit gets assassinated. I think it's after that point. Every episode from that point forward, I think it starts with the Cyan episode. Best girl, by the way. Cyan and Queen, best girls. After that, it was all taking place before we even met Nice. Like the other Nice. Before Nice killed himself. You know what I mean? Because they actually show why he did it. And the dog finally happened at the end. Yay! Like the last couple episodes had the dog in it. So it's, I wouldn't say it started going downhill after this in the second season, but I was like, okay, so what exactly is going on? Why is everybody corrupt? Because they're all heroes, right? I thought the whole thing was, the way they was established in the first season was, there's heroes and there's hero agencies and it's all the trust value, which is an amazing system, right? And there's bad guys essentially too that run on fear. I like that premise. But then they started going on this whole thing where like it turns out that the agencies are kind of corrupt. They're trying to control trust and fear. And turns out some of the heroes are actually like killing other heroes, right? like Dragon Boy, which is the worst. Here, I hate Dragon Boy, dude. I hate him so much. It started getting a little bit confusing. I'm like, okay, so he's with this agency, but he's also with this agency that's trying to kill him, but they're from the same agency, but they're not, but they are. And then this hero killed this guy, and he's portrayed as a villain, but he's not, and he caused inadvertently this other thing. Everything connects by the end, but it was confusing that it was a flashback, you know? Everything's established by the last episode. And X is still awesome, by the way. X is definitely my favorite. One of my favorite male characters in anime now. But all the other ones kind of fall a little bit flat. Like the whole Johnny arc, I'm sorry, I didn't care for Johnny, dude. Little Johnny and Big Johnny, I just didn't care, dude. Sorry. The Lolly arc, a lot of people didn't like. I kind of enjoyed it. Problem is, it dragged on for too long. Way too long. The Cyan arc might have been the best one, though. Because I love her backstory. It was so well done. She's also adorable. Her and Queen. Queen's, I felt like they should have done a little bit more. Because Queen had an interesting premise, and she's a good person. She had like 2 or 3 episodes. Lolly had like 5 episodes, man, it felt like. Johnny had like 3 or 4. And then everything started connecting by the end with the dog and X. So, yeah. Pretty solid. I don't know if it's getting a second season or would be another core. I guess it would be a second season because this was a second core. Overall, though, solid 10, man. Okay. Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. Probably one of the worst names in the season. Probably of all time. So, okay, I can't look at that guy, dude. He's way too ugly. I'm not even gonna bother talking about the premise and stuff. You can already see it from just looking at it. Look, with a stupid name like that and a stupid premise like it was, you're not really gonna get far. Really bad anime. I dropped it a couple episodes in. I tried. I could find no redemption in it. That deserves like a solid like 3, maybe a 2, if even at that. Ugh, disgusting. Alright. Watari-kun's something, I still don't know what that is because they blocked that out, is about to collapse. Harem? I don't know. This had the same vibe as Girlfriend where everybody's dumb, but actually not everybody's dumb. Only like 3 people are dumb. Everyone else is alright. The premise for this was dumb. The story was dumb. The art style was what you'd expect from this. And I just couldn't stomach it. It was just, the subtext makes no sense. The drama makes no sense. The comedy, what comedy? There's no comedy. This anime was bad. I dropped it, dude. I dropped it. I didn't watch that. Witch Watch finished today. I watched the last episode today. I don't remember even what happened. I don't remember a lot about this anime. What the heck? It's getting a second season as well. Yay! I can't really say much about it. It was a lot of comedy. It tried to get a little bit serious in the first like half, and like by the midpoint of the first half. It didn't really work out for that, but oh jeez, this fake anime. The comedy was pretty on point, so it's pretty funny. Probably give them on like probably a 9. With Vengeance, Surely Your Broken Saintess. I tried watching this one, but the way it's made, it's kind of like almost like a motion graphic in a way, right? Where it's more of a drawing, moving and stuff. Interesting art style. A lot of people didn't like it. I didn't really care for the story, so I dropped it. With You and the Rain. So this one's not supposed to be that funny, but it freaking was because the dog. It's not a dog, but everybody thinks it's a dog. It's pretty funny. So this little dude is really smart. He doesn't talk. He communicates with a drawing, with like a notepad. And he is so adorable, and he's the freaking cutest thing I've ever seen. And then we have main girl, her owner essentially, and she's really monotone and stuff, but it's pretty funny. Overall, as a slice of life comedy, it did pretty well. They had no romance, nothing else. It was just that. It was just pure slice of life comedy. Not a lot of in your face jokes. The jokes are mostly with the raccoon. But yeah. So that'll do it. That was summer 2025. Overall, pretty weak season. Only a few like really standouts, right? Like Call of the Night, the Arknights anime. What else? Silent Witch, which was my anime of the season, of course. Dress Up Darling, right? Other than that, it had a lot of anime that I dropped. A lot of anime that were straight up just like mediocre. And yeah, not really too good. You know, this was probably the season I dropped the most. So yeah, that'll do it. Summer 2025, not so good. Sorry to say. Let's hope fall is better. So, fall has already started. I'm a week late. Originally, I was going to do this last week. Then I got injured, and I just wanted to rest. So, let's start with whatever the heck this is. 2200 Neko something. Takes place in the year 2200, where Japan has become a land of cats as the human population's birth rate has declined. So, is this like continuing off Night of the Living Cat? Okay, so this doesn't really show me much. It's a yonkoma, so it's probably going to be short, probably like 12-minute episodes. It doesn't really tell me much. I'll probably won't watch that. A gatherer's adventure in Isekai. Don't have Isekai in your name, please, dude. Oh, man, that is so bad. Okay, I did watch the first episode of this on my second monitor. I might have. So, the guy gets reincarnated, right? In the world of swords and magic. That I ain't heard that one in a while. And he's got a lot of new skills. He has enhanced strength as well. And a lot of magic power and a search ability. That is so generic! Jeez, man. Okay. The first episode I went in with low expectations, didn't come out with anything. I'll give it a 3-episode treatment just to see what's up. Alma-chan wants to be a family. It doesn't show the two scientists. Aw. I did watch the first episode of this today. Sadly, it was relegated to second monitor duty. But from what I watched, it was cute. These two scientists make an android together, right? And they're like, look at her! She's so cool! And we did all this thing. But then she's like, Mom? Dad? And they're like, what? No, we're not. We're just co-parents, essentially. So then it looks like the season's gonna be with almost kind of like Spy Family in a way, right? Where they're not parents, but they're kind of parents. And then they're gonna start slowly getting closer. Obviously, Spy Family has no romance because it's all about espionage and stuff. But this one looks like they might have that. I hope it does, but I hope it's done like right. Not like by the end of the season they're just like, oh yeah, they clearly like each other, but nothing happens. Man, I hate when anime do that, dude. A mangaka's weirdly wonderful workplace. I feel like I might have heard of this one. Characters don't really stand out too much. They look very, very generic, not gonna lie. Futami, a novice shoujo manga artist, is finally publishing her beloved shogi manga Dear Subaru, but the stress makes her stomach hurt. She's forced to push deadline, and she's making progress on servers. To top it off, she's gaining weight and midnight snacking and starts having Futami able to enjoy life manga arts. Okay, adult cast comedy, otaku culture workplace. Okay, all right, I'll give it a shot. A Star Brighter Than the Sun. This one I did also watch the first episode of on my second monitor. I'm sorry! They came out at a bad time. I was trying to do other things. I'm sorry. So, I have to rewatch it because I don't really remember much of it. The synopsis doesn't really do it any justice either. It's supposed to be romance, I'm pretty sure. It's just your romance shoujo with these two. Why does he look like he belongs in an office? Dude's shoulders are super broad. He's doing the button thing where he like tightens his button or whatever. Man's looks like he's the CEO of a corporation. I'll see what's up. I'll see what's up. A wild last boss appears. I watched the 3rd episode of this yesterday, I think, or was it this morning? I can't really say much about this. So, an MMO gamer wakes as the Black Women tyrant Lufas Mafel, only to finally find that it's real. So it's an isekai. Heard of 15 years ago, unleashed monsters of death, legend of the terror, trapped in the body of history's most feared conqueror. He must survive a world that wants her dead and cover why he's here. So this dude plays a game as this character, right? Builds up the character like level 1000 or whatever, and he's really strong. But then the final, like, he's the final boss essentially, and he gets defeated by the heroes. But then he gets isekai'd into that world 200 years later, and he's like, this is where I started kind of like being a little bit confused. Is he knows he's in the game. He knows he got isekai'd. But then the character itself knows that it's a different, that it's her life, but it's not. She's like, oh, there I go. I got those memories that aren't mine again. But it's very obviously that it's the guy. Like, I don't know. I hate when they do that. It was a little bit confusing. Okay. Oh, Campfire Cooking's getting a 2nd season. Aw. I really enjoyed this one. Oh, man, that's crazy looking elf. Okay, so this one looks like it might have more characters. Because the first anime didn't really... Look at it, it's adorable. His little cheeks. The first season didn't actually have many characters. It was just him and the dog. Okay, sweet. I'll keep an eye out for that. No synopsis. Obviously, if you've seen the first season, you know about this one. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that. Bruh, how many episodes does freaking Case Close have? Oh my god, dude. Case Closed, Detective Conan. It's been running since 1996. It has 29 seasons. 1,000 episodes. And that's just this one, because I always see this one when we're doing the anime club. Jeez, dude, there's a few that have been going on for a while. But jeez, man. Okay. Chitose is in the Ramune bottle. Whoa, that art. Whoa, that art. Okay, interesting little cast. Okay. See, when they don't include the main character, you know it's going to be a harem. Okay, let's see what this is about. Oh, it's going to be a 1-hour premiere. Ugh, I hate when they do that. Saku Chitose is a student at the Fujishi High School, the most prestigious high school in the Fukui Prefecture, outstanding in class, on the field, and in social life. Saku attracts attention, good and bad, naturally surrounded by circle of friends. Anyone do you to have? Now in the spring of 2nd year, with a new class, Saku is asked to help a shut-in classroom return to school. Oh! I'm guessing it's gonna be her, maybe? Okay. Interesting premise. Coming to harem school romance, again, typical. We'll give it a shot. Interesting that it's trying to help a student get back into the student life. All right. I'll give it a shot. No synopsis for this one, but it's a magical girl anime from what I could see. Ooh, art looks a little rough, but let's not judge the visuals. Those are usually in beta. Daddy's a hero, mom is a spirit, and I'm a reincarnator. I watched the first episode of this one this morning. I was relegated to second monitor duty. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know what the heck is going on. I might not actually watch this one, because it didn't really look interesting. I'm not really going to bother with the synopsis. Digimon Beat Break. Okay, so Kashu WT still streaming from the heaven. Oh, it's Trench General. Trench General, what are you talking about? I'm still alive. Just ignore the hole in the side of my head there. No, I'm as alive as ever. I might have been gone for a week, but that doesn't mean I'm dead. Anyways, so Digimon has not gotten anything decent in a while. Because I have actually watched every single thing there is to watch. Well, mostly everything about Digimon. I am a pretty big Digimon fan. Alright? Trust me. I grew up with Digimon, watching it in Spanish in Mexican TV instead of watching Pokemon. Only one I haven't watched is this one, but I don't really care for that one. But I've seen everything. Tamers, obviously Tamers is the best one, dude. If you want to watch anything, watch Tamers. It's so good. And then I like Adventure 2. That one's pretty good too. But after like a while, right? Like in Data Squad kind of went down, and then some of the other ones went down. Like Fusion was kind of okay, Cross Wars and stuff, Frontier and whatnot. And they try to revive it with Try, which I actually need to rewatch because I actually never finished watching Try. And then after a while, they're like, so what do we do? So they decided to do App Monsters, which was not that good. I didn't really like it. And then, because like it was, apps, it's all about apps. Now the newer one, Beat Break, that one is more about AI. So you can see how they're going on with like, things, right? So wait, what the heck? Wait, when did this air? What? I don't remember this one ever airing. The beginning. When did this one come out? Oh, it shows them all grown up. Oh, I need to watch this now. Dang it. Now I need to get caught up with that. I just tired of grinding words on there, so I started making videos about it. Oh, really? So I know I promised you that I was gonna like do War Thunder one of these days, right? I didn't want to do it until I finished this prop, but check it out. So let me just. Oh yeah, I can actually take my hat off and you guys won't see because there's nothing under me. Yay! So I've been working on a little something, right? A little something. Something's a bit of a preview, right? So I'm like, how can I play War Thunder and be like into it, right? Like get like immersed. So I made a tanker helmet. Looks a little bit weird on my me wearing a bed sheet, but yeah. So I made a tanker helmet, the TSH4. Yeah, you can see it there. But yeah, I'll probably do War Thunder. Probably not anytime soon, but like in due time, because I do want to play it a little bit more, right? But yeah, now we can get immersed and stuff. Yay, happy. Anyways, what was I doing now? All right, I was ranting on about Digimon. So they try to reboot it with Adventure 2020, and I'm not gonna lie, I did not like it at all. Compared to the very first season, Adventure 2020, the story made no sense. They took out characters that should have been there. They took out storylines that should have been there. It just felt flat. Hell yeah, that's what's up. And then Ghost Game, I tried watching, but I couldn't really get into it too well. Oh wow, the little dude's adorable. Yeah, so I tried watching it, but like it kind of felt short. The first episode didn't manage to hook me. It didn't feel like Digimon. Problem with this new one that's airing, Beat Break, which I watched the first episode today, is it doesn't feel like it's Digimon. It feels like its own little thing, and I don't really like that. Like these don't really look like Digimon at all. They had a was it a Happy Beamon, I think, or Smile Beamon, which is a Digimon you've seen before. I think originally they were called like Honey Beamon or something like that. But I'll keep watching it to see what's up because the premise is interesting because it seems like some catastrophic event happened that destroyed parts of Japan. So I'll give it a watch. Now, these two are the same one. This one was just like an offshoot of this one that was a prequel, like a preview essentially, which you need to watch to understand what the heck happened in the first episode. So, we'll open both because I'll talk about this one. So this one it starts out in, I forgot what year in the future, like 2036 or something like that. The thing is, you're not going to show the main character in the visuals, just her. Why, man? That's cute though. So the main guy, I don't want to spoil it because it's so good. Let's just say he essentially he gets injured, right? In his time, he gets injured, and then he wakes up 200 years later, and it turns out that the world just straight up ended. Something happened, and the world just ended. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. But there's like cyborgs and stuff, and you don't really know if it's the future or like if it's primitive, but you kind of start noticing some hints that it might not be so primitive after all, but it kind of is in some areas. And the action was pretty good. I'm like, okay, so can this one really be that good? And then I listened to the soundtrack. All the music in this one's amazing. All the OST is so good. And it's got gore. Yes. So, yeah. The way it's going, I literally don't even want to read the synopsis because it spoils a lot of the first 2 episodes. And they're really good. But let's just say that I like this premise a lot. Forget that night, Your Majesty. This doesn't really look interesting. I'm probably not going to give that one a watch. Future Kid Takara has no synopsis. Very weird looking. Airs in 33 days. Episodes 1 through. Okay, I'm not going to watch. That's probably a kid thing. Ganglion, what the heck is that, dude? This dude's wearing a freaking gimp suit? What the heck? It has no synopsis. What? Alright. Gintama, that's what I was trying to remember. Gintama. Gnosia. What the heck? Very colorful. Gnosia takes place on a ship drifting through space. Gnosia is an enemy that disguises itself as a human and attacks them. It is now on the spaceship, causing everyone on board to be suspicious of each other. Crew decides to vote on them. Put them in cold sleep. If the human succeeds in putting Gnosia to sleep, they win. On the other hand, if they don't, everyone on board is in danger. Their incident must be made no matter. It's literally Anime Among Us. Yuri finds herself in a time loop that returns into the first day of the. Oh, interesting. Okay, it's an interesting premise, even if everything's really colorful. Hands off! Sawaranai de kote nai shikun. Is this a volleyball anime? Deragula? What the heck is Deragula? Also, what? Oh, Derek, I found your anime. Does it count if you lose your virginity to an android? What the heck? Whoa, a little too spicy for YouTube. Okay. These look like... No, that's a swimsuit. That's a volleyball outfit. Track and field. Studio Quad. What have they animated? Huh. I thought they would have animated some other stuff. Interesting. Koyo Kotesashi, high school freshman. Special skill game massages that feel way too good to be good. Special skill giving massages that feel way too good. In order to secure a special scholarship for medical school, Koyo devotes himself to providing the dorm girls with a mental and physical care. If I wasn't already dead, I think this might have killed me. I mean, I'm still alive, but you know, you get the point. So this is specifically a massage anime. And I thought the time traveling panties anime was ridiculous, but this sounds even more ridiculous. apparently there's already an episode out. It's 12 minutes of runtime. Okay, boys, for science, I'll check it out. But this sounds actually stupid. Hero without a class who needs skills. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. So another one of these skillless, but actually the most overpowered anime. So, there's your main character. If he looks like every other character you've seen in a fantasy action anime, it's because he is. The premise is really stupid and I don't really care. Watch the first episode. My bad, first 2 episodes. They're relegated to second monitor and to left arrow duty, or right arrow duty. They weren't really too interesting. Typical, it's gonna be harem, even if it's not labeled as such, and it's fantasy, so yeah. Inexpressive Kawashi, Inexpressive Ota. I watched this one today, this morning. Honestly, I don't know if it's trying to be a Haren-san with the less expressive girl. In this case, you literally have Bakugo, essentially, as the other guy. I didn't really like it. He's kind of annoying, and I dropped it. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to finish it. So that's that for me. Oh, crap. I tried watching this... Where'd it go? This one. I tried watching this one. It's short, but it's animated in a very weird way, and apparently it's only being done by 3 people. Was what I heard. I don't know how much of that is true, but yeah. The fact that it's this anime has almost the same style as this one, and this one, like, they're basically digital mangas essentially that are being animated. So that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. No, we're getting Isekai Quartet Season 3. You know what that means. That means that one of these animes might be getting another season, because that's usually what they do. So far, the only one I noticed that's different is that Eminence's Shadow is here, because there's Shadow and Alpha. Or is it Beta? Alpha. Anyways, they're here. She's here as well. Who else is from Eminence in Shadow or Eminence in Darkness? Is it Eminence in Shadow? Oh yeah, there's another one. I know every single one of these characters. Oh, there's another one right there too. Like that, the characters from Tanya are the ones that look the most out of place. And they have Tanya up front. They're so cute. Because you have the main characters of all the isekais, essentially. You have Tanya, Naofumi, Kazuma, Subaru. I'll just call them Shadow. And Ainz. And all their supporting cast. Okay. Well, I love Isekai Quartet. Like, the first 2 are hilarious. It's just funny seeing all these put together and stuff. So, yeah. I'm really curious because if another one of these shows is getting another season, then this has to be a sign from that. I hope it's not Eminence in Shadow. ReZero possibly. Konosuba also maybe. What I want it to be is either Overlord or Tanya. Tanya would be awesome because the movie was so good. Shield Hero can do Shield Hero stuff. Anyways, so definitely be watching that. What surprised me is that this anime is getting a second season. Because I did watch the first season. I don't remember much of the first season. All I remember is that she was an office lady. And then she was promised as a bride to him in the other world, or underworld, or whatever it was. And she basically reluctantly accepted, and they kind of started getting closer and stuff. That's as much as I remember. It's a little bit, it's been a while. You know, the first one aired back in 2018, dude. I was still a pup back then. Well, not really, but yeah. I don't remember much of it. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna continue season 2. I'm sorry. I don't remember enough of it, and I don't really have the courage to go back and watch it. So that one is probably just for other hardcore fans. Let's play. So the this is a little bit deceptive, like the visuals, because it doesn't really. It looked weird. So, Samara Sam Young is a developer in LA who's about to achieve her dreams of the first video game ruminate. That is, until a popular streamer gives the game a scathing review. Even worse, Sam finds out the troublesome critic is not her neighbor. And that's really it. That's kind of where it starts. Comedic, romantic, and all too real story about gaming, memes, and social anxiety. Come for the plot, stay for the doggo. That is the worst synopsis I've ever heard. Of course, it's Crunchyroll. I'll watch it because the first episode seemed interesting. So we'll see what's up. Let this Grievous Soul retire. I can't believe this is getting a second core, dude. Ugh. Everything about this anime pissed me off, especially the characters. Little Miss Vampire can't suck right. Those are words I never thought I'd say, but looking from this, it might be a comedy. A lot of comedies this season. I hope it's funny. With our student, Ishikawa Luna is already the most popular in class. Otori, on the other hand, is so average she's practically back in character. The thought of ever speaking to Luna never crossed her mind until he accidentally discovers her secret. She's a vampire who's terrible at sucking blood. Okay, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what's up. Studio Feet. Oh no, my bad. Studio Feel. My bad. Oh, they've done some pretty good stuff. Wow. Out of all these anime, I've seen all of these. Yeah, I've seen just about all of these except like one, maybe two, or a few. But yeah, I've seen a lot of it. So I have seen a lot of Studio Feet stuff. May I ask for one final thing? Apparently, people are going crazy over this one because main girl punches her rival like right off the bat in like episode 1. I'm not gonna watch this one mainly because I watched it on my second monitor and every time I looked, nothing interesting was happening. Mechanical Marie I did watch this morning. It looks interesting because basically they hire a robot maid, Marie here. Turns out she's not actually a robot maid, but she has to pretend to be a robot maid to protect, and she also is also protecting that dude. So we'll see how that goes. It seems interesting. We'll see. My Awkward Senpai. Oh, this one. Okay, I couldn't really tell from the cover. This one is a workplace anime with some comedy and a bit of a romantic subtext. Kanawa, main girl, has a secret even though she has a reputation at the office as intense, strict, and scary. She's actually just awkward. So when she learns, she has to train Kamigawa, this guy, the cute, nerdy newbie. She's at complete loss. Can't this awkward senpai figure out how to handle her budding feelings? Okay. So in the more recent years, I have become way more soft towards workplace comedies because, well, I'm a workplace adult, not a high school kid anymore, right? So these, I can kind of resonate with these, and these are usually done pretty well. So we'll see. My friend's little sister has it in it for me. Okay, I watched the first episode yesterday. Not really much to say. It's your comedy rom-com. For high schooler Akiteru Oboshi, whose wholesome youth, whose whole youthful experience is thing like fun, friendships, and even having a girlfriend is a complete waste of time. So his best friend's sister, Iroha Kohinata, which is her, keeps teasing him. Finally, naturally finds it annoying. Practically lives in his room. She's always on his bed, and she's really clingy. Why is she only annoying around him? Because she likes you, dude. I'll watch it because I'm always a sucker for these. We'll see what's up. Oh. One of the worst titles this season as well. My gift level 9999. Unlimited gacha. Backstab in a backwater dungeon. I'm out for revenge. One of the longest titles we've seen. But I do have a bit of a confession. The first episode was a bit interesting. That's not what he looks like normally, because when he was betrayed, he was just a kid. So the way this is going to go, also he looks very generic still, by the way. The way this is going to end up going, hopefully, is like how Arifureta went, which was a pretty interesting revenge story. Although I didn't really like some aspects of it, I hope this one does it right. So we'll see. We'll see. My Hero Academia is finally getting its final season. You know when the last season aired before this one? Season 6, I believe. Yeah, season 6. We're not talking about Vigilantes, even though apparently it's getting a second season. It aired in October of last year. Almost exactly a year ago. And it literally picks up right after, like right there. Like right there. After the last episode ended. I mean, obviously I'm going to watch it. And it better not disappoint. It better not disappoint. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the hero. Okay. Fantasy sake, man. Okay. And there's your main character. Oh, why does it look so generic? Akira, Oda, and his high school classmates are summoned to another world. Already lost me. While the other students are granted cheat abilities through summoning, he gains abilities of a mediocre assassin. Can we not do that? Why is it always... Oh, I get the bad skills. But apparently, his status soon surpasses the hero, the strongest profession. He becomes suspicious of the king behind the summoning. He's falsely framed for a crime forced to... Bruh, that's the shield hero thing, man! I'm so done, man. I'll check it out, but man, I have zero expectations for that. Ninja versus Gakudo. I don't really care for that. Okay, so boys, One Punch Man is getting its 3rd season. Yep, and they have Garo more prevalent here. Okay. I really wonder how they're gonna... what they're gonna do for this one. Supreme Power versus Ultimate Fear. Because apparently a lot of people didn't really like the 2nd season. Overgrown Pochi. It's adorable. I want one. Evil Mineral one. I need to show the trench. Oh man. Monster King Orochi. Nian Nian. Handsome Common Amai Mask. Putty Putty Prisoner. Super Rolly Blackluster. Pig God. Zombie Man, Child Emperor, and all the other boys. King. I like that they have King with a yellow text instead of time with a red text. Ooh. Okay. Obviously I'm gonna watch it. One Punch Man is one of the biggest animes in recent time. Well, not as big, but it's like, you know, well known. But yeah. Also, I believe this one is being done by JC Staff on like season 2. I think season 2 was done by a different studio. Wasn't it? No. The first one was right. The first season was done by Madhouse. That's why it was so good. And the JC Staff, I mean, JC Staff is still good, but they didn't really handle the 2nd season too well. All right. Past the Monster Meat Milady. I watched the episode of this one on Friday, I believe. I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's going to be a gourmet one. I usually don't really resonate with gourmet ones. They're really hit and miss with this. Depends on the time slot. If it's in a time slot where there's nothing else is airing, I'll give it a shot. If not, it's getting dropped. Okay. Plus size misadventures in... I'm good. I'm good. I gotta watch that. Sanda. So this one aired yesterday. Now, you might be a little bit confused as to why there's snowflakes and an old man and a boy. Damn, still no Trench. Is he good? Yeah, he's good. I've just been kind of doing my own thing, really. He'll be back tomorrow, though. He'll join me for tomorrow's game. So, why is Santa Claus in this anime? And why does everybody look weird, like they're on crack? Okay, I can't answer the second one, but I can answer the first one. So, Santa, the blonde boy, is... Let's read the synopsis. In the near future, Japan with ultra low birth rates, aka Japan right now, children are treasured but monitored. Santa is banned as being dangerous. One snowy December 25th, middle schooler Kazushika Sanda, blind boy, descendant of Santa Claus, is attacked by classmate Fuyumaru, which is her. The one that looks like she's on crack. She looks like straight out of a Tim Burton movie. Santa, please find my friend. To protect children from adults, Santa decides to become Santa and fight the adults. So it's a weird premise. So this girl's missing. She wants to find her. So she uses him because she knows he's a descendant from Santa Claus. And Santa Claus helps the kids. If that premise sounds very, weird, is because it is. Okay. Civ is the sound here. That one's it's a music anime. Solo Camp number 2 still going. Spy Family season 3, probably one of the other heavy hitters of the season, which I did watch episode yesterday, I believe. Yeah. That's the angel next door. That's not supposed to be here. It's a different anime altogether. Also, apparently, I think this might be getting a second season. But yeah. So, it's Spy Family just continuing the Spy Family thing. It's not even, third season, technically. It's just episode 38 onward. I'm really curious to see what kind of mess we get into this time. So, yeah, not much to say. I'm going to watch it, obviously. Everyone else should, too. Tales of Wedding Rings is also getting a second season. If you don't know what this is, then consider yourself lucky because this anime had one of the dumbest premises I've ever heard. So this guy gets girls to fall in love. They give him a ring. The ring makes him more powerful. And he has a harem of women. That is a very stupid premise. But apparently it was enough to get him a second season. The banished court magician aims to become the strongest. So this is your typical fantasy action. Adventure. Not an isekai. Still fantasy crap. So, oh man. Oh, can I say these are some of the most boring designs I've ever seen? Gator! Anime with dumb premises? Like I haven't heard that before. I know, right? I've been watching anime for a really long time, and it's whenever I hear the same premise, it's just I've seen this anime 1,000 times. But look at these designs. They're so boring, dude. Try a little harder. I think I watched this one on right arrow. And I didn't really care. So I dropping this one probably right off the bat. Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess. Okay. So this is an isekai reincarnated villainous anime with fantasy elements. Also, hi Gator, I'm still alive. Don't worry. I might have a hole in the side of my head and a couple holes in the chest, but don't worry. I'm just a little cold and wearing a sheet over my head. So yeah, happy. Oh, this might just be a reverse harem. Grenades and the only villains. Nah, I'm good. If you've seen one villainous anime, you've seen a lot of them, dude. All right, now we're getting to the pretty interesting stuff. Also, it's been weird not seeing a Bucky stream or a Bucky clip for a whole week. Yeah, I was just taking a break. I was injured. I just kind of wanted to focus on my recovery. I'm okay now. I'm still alive. Don't worry. So I did watch the first episode of this. Don't worry, the girl covered in blood is essential to the plot. Do not worry. Do not worry. Do not worry. So, this one's a bit weird. So, Hinako is a girl who lives along by the sea. One day, a mermaid shows up and takes her hand, gently speaks to her, tells her she wants to essentially eat her because she tastes delicious. So she's gonna protect her until she becomes more delicious. But since she's very delicious, she attracts more monsters, so she vows to protect her. And then she'll eat her in the end because Hinako is like depressed and she wants to die. I know, pretty messed up premise, but yeah. I'll watch it because it seemed interesting. So, let's see. Don't care about that one. Don't care about that one. Touring After the Apocalypse. I watched this one this morning, I think. Not gonna lie, the first episode had some really interesting happenings. Oh, you okay? Yeah, I hurt my back, but I'm okay now. Still alive. Still very alive. So something happened. The apocalypse essentially happened, and these two girls are basically just on a motorcycle, just touring about. Spoiler, girl with the white hair is an android of some kind. But yeah, something happened. We don't know what happened. We don't know there's other people yet. But yeah, everything's overgrown, so it's been at least 20 plus years, I'd say. So they're on a motorcycle, just it's basically like Girls Last Tour, but except less depressing. And a little bit of some other apocalypse animes. Now, Uma Musume, Cinderella Grey, is having its second cour. And I just finished watching it. Oh boy. Oh boy. I love my racehorse, my racing horses. Oh man, not much to say about that since it's the second cour. One Dance, I don't know what this is. Performing Arts School. Disney Plus original though. Ugh. Wait, this is being animated by Madhouse? Are you serious? Oh, I feel like that's a waste of talent, dude. Because Madhouse hasn't really done anything very recently. Start date. Oh, this is OG Madhouse. Okay, we'll do this one. Liar Game. Oh, there's Freeran, of course. January of next year. The movie that starts went down Australian game. Oh, they animated quite a few anime that I actually have not seen. Oh boy, wait, what? Oh wait, we did watch this one. I got scared there for a moment. I'm like, wait, have I not seen this one? I need to put that off the side. Gene of I must okay, never. Anyways, we're getting off topic here. Okay, so with you, our love will make it through another rom-com, I'm guessing. Oh. Urban fantasy anthropomorphic. Oh, it's a wolf. Huh. This is gonna be weird. It's a furry fantasy. She bumps the fellow tardy student. She's surprised to find out he's a beast folk who's attending the school after all. It's not rare for beast folk to coexist alongside humans, but it's still uncommon. Nervous to meet at first, Marty learns of the furry exterior. In fact, okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll give the furry fantasy romance school anime a shot. Okay. And the last one is Yano-kun's Ordinary Days. Which I did watch the first episode of. This one looks like it's going to be pretty funny. Because main girl here is worried about main boy. Because he's always injured or has something happening to him. So, yeah. We'll see. It was pretty funny the first episode, so I'll give it a watch. Okay. Overall, compared to last season, this one actually does not feel that packed. Half of these have already started. And a couple of these seem like they might not be as good. So I might already drop them. And even the heavy hitters are, for being pretty big, Might not save this season. This season might be a bit of a disappointing as well. So yeah. We'll see. Okay, so that'll do it. Pretty short anime club, only an hour 45. Usually these go for like 2.5 hours. Huh. I would probably go, I'll probably go play some Helldivers or something. Alright, so, where is Digimon real quick? ABC, Digimon Beat Break, okay. So, let's actually see what I have not watched. Digimon the movie, yes, I did watch the first one. I did watch Adventure. I did watch our War Game. I did watch Adventure 2. I did watch the movie. Did not watch the Grand Prix, don't really care about that one. I did watch the Aboromon, Digimon Tamers, I did watch. Battle of Adventure, I also did watch. Runaway Locomon did watch. Digimon Frontier, I did also watch. Island of Lost Digimon, I did watch. X Evolution, I believe I have not watched. That's the one with the purple. The purple one, yeah. I did not watch, but I don't really care for that one. Data Squad, I did watch. Savers 3D Digital Kiki something that I didn't watch. I don't really think that's important. Savers the movie Burst Mode, I think I did watch. The Last Battle, I don't think I watched. Wait, which one's Fusion? Oh, is Fusion? Oh, Fusion is Cross Wars. Fusion's the English title. I just know it as Cross Wars. I did actually watch that one. I did watch Cross Wars and Death Generals. Surprisingly good. That one of the Young Hunters Who Left Their Time. It's actually underrated, dude. Now, I did watch like 3 of the Digimon Tri ones, but I don't remember much of it. They're all basically like an hour and a half movies, so I will watch all of these as well. Memorial Story, I don't think I watched. Last Evolution Kizuna, I feel like I did watch. Bro, I'm like Winter 2020, dude. I'm certain that I watched this one. But what confuses me is that after this one and the 2020 remake, which was awful, we have Ghost King, which was weird, and then we have this one that came out 2 years ago. I don't remember this being shown anywhere, so I'm a bit surprised. So that one I need to watch as well. And then Beat Break this season. Okay. Just my Digimon autism. Don't worry about me. Alright, fellas. Okay. So. To recap the seasons. Summer was mediocre with a few standouts, but nothing too big. This season seems to be okay for the most part. We'll see what's up. Since Stacktober has officially started, Spoopy month, we will be doing spoopy stuff. So tomorrow is our first actual spoopy thing. We're gonna be doing No More Room in Hell with me and Twitch. Hopefully Derek can join. I don't know, he's been having, Derek problems, so probably not. And then I finally get to play Nightmare House 2. I've been wanting to play that game for so freaking long, and then they were working on a remake, and it finally came out like last year or a couple, I don't remember, a while. It came out. But yeah, finally get to play that. Gonna be playing that on Wednesday. I have a few other things lined up, a few other spoopy things lined up for the month. All right, so get your spoop on. As a reminder, yes, I am still alive. I did not die last week. Okay, and yeah. So for now, thank you for watching. You're all fantastic. I'm gonna go play some Helldivers probably, and I will see you tomorrow.